What's happening?
There's like the biggest rainbow. We saw it probably half an hour ago and followed it for a while, and then it disappeared, and now it's back, and it's still huge.
Look at it. So we had our van in an RV shop trying to get all the dust leaks fixed. What we found is that all of the drain lines from the kitchen sink, from the bathroom shower, from the toilet, from the sinks, all the drains that go into the tanks weren't sealed up properly. So around the edge of them, there's about a gap about this big.
So you'll find some of those too. I guarantee they're in your vans. We're not the only van with this issue. But let me literally show you a bowl. Like, this is how much dust this stuff is blowing around in my drawers. And this was cleaned before we got back in our van, so I'm having so much fun cleaning this thing.
On top of all the other issues that we've already had, we just keep finding more, and we thought we were in the clear until we went down a gravel road and literally almost like got suffocated from so much dust coming in. So now we're gonna fix it.
We put all the window coverings up on all the doors, windows, and blacked it out as much as we can. We're in my dad's shop right now, so luckily we do have that to work on it in. And Darcy's gonna crawl underneath with a very bright light, and I'm gonna open all the drawers and cabinets and just find all the little holes where the light's coming through, and we're gonna spray foam them up. This is since they've done it, like you can see they spray foamed that gray foam everywhere. And that was their fix, because the holes are under the floor. So they just sealed up anywhere it could come under. And there was a giant hole there, I think, like right here. So yeah, that's lovely. These drawers should all be done. Like, sorry, my phone's in the way. We're gonna look and see if there's more light coming in. So we took the garbage can out of here, and then there's just that little tiny thing pops off there, and they did spray foam in there as well. That one I like. This one kind of looks like a weird sculpture. We did get some free art from them. So once those lights turn off, it's not pitch black in here, but I'm gonna see what I can see.
So our plan here is we're gonna shine a really bright light, and Tess is inside in complete darkness, trying to see if any light is seeping through.
Okay, no.
Good?
Good. Move it around. I don't think so.
This is one of the spots that they had spray foam on, but it wasn't very good. It's like they just went over it instead of kind of like in. And we've actually had water coming out of here. That's how we found a shower leak. So I just take this light and shine around while Tess is yelling at me, trying to find any holes. Do under where the shower and the toilet is.
What did you just do?
Moving the light around?
Holy moly. Move it around, move it closer to that pipe. Oh my god. Look at that. Okay, move it back where it was. Look at this light coming through here. Wow. Okay,
I think we found a big one.
Shine it by that pipe. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
So on top of our really cool leaks that we have, I just want to show you guys some weird stuff that they're doing here at the Airstream factory. Just little things like this. I'm like, why did you do that? So they literally went over this cable. The entire run is good, and then it's like bloop, just because. So Tess is shining her light, and I can almost clearly see the hole. So this is just another one that they had patched up, but it was obviously leaking. They kind of got around it, but they didn't get inside, like the inside there to actually seal it, and it was passing dust through there as well. And then there's a couple more little holes over here, right here. This is where they would factory mount some chairs in, I believe, but you can, if you shine the light right, you can see the wood flooring there. So this is where the toilet drain is. So I can see it clear as day. Oh, there it is. There's our hole. You see that?
Can you come in here?
I'm in here.
No, come over here. So the annoying part is I told them there was dust under this bench. I told our tech to find the hole for that. So it wasn't under here, and obviously it was back here. So they filled this, but they neglected to take a peek at the giant gaping hole over there and fill that. Anyways, I'm not impressed with our tech either because we are fixing our own issues now at this point.
And the kind of frustrating part is that we've already brought it in. They were about 4 inches away from discovering this hole, but I told them to check all of the drains, and they didn't check all of them, obviously. And now it's like a super difficult spot to get into. And on top of that, I believe they even had the shower out at some point.
Yeah, there was a giant shower leak that they fixed. So they were under here last year messing around with a lot of stuff. Like, it was really hard for them to fix, and they neglected to see the giant gaping hole through the floor. I don't know how that's possible.
Something that we specifically asked for when we first brought this in was that there's a kink in our rear heater element hose that supplies glycol to the heat exchanger. Yeah, so you see this kink? That is a glycol circulation line that runs to our heater vents that supply heat to the rear of our vehicle. And it's just got a giant kink in it. And if you know anything about liquids and hoses, it doesn't take much to stop the flow, and that's our heater hose. So not only did we notice that ourselves, because Airstream put it like that, we asked for it to get fixed, and apparently it's not fixed, so we're gonna try to dick around with it. You can't get anything built properly, and you can't get anything fixed properly. So this hose is almost like permanently kinked now, and then just looked around and there's another hose that's either, because one's the in and one's the out, and both of them have this damn near 90-degree kink on it. So we're gonna have to find a way to solve that.
These suck to take off and put back on because you got to take all these little sticky things off. They lose their stickiness when you have these open more than one time a year, which is like every day here. You also find mystery screws. I think we're up to 4, and these are torque screws. So what are those off? Probably something important.
We're also going to take this time to reorganize the van a little bit because we don't really utilize these shelves for in and out. We're going to try to make a little bit better use of them. It's kind of crazy. They do give you a pretty good amount of storage compared to other units, which is why we picked this unit, but there's also so much wasted space still, which is the reason that we sold our Winnebago, because there's literally like this much space between every single drawer, and it's just absurd kind of. And even in this thing, they could use a lot more if they wanted to, but they still got kinky hoses and everything because they kind of skinched out on a lot of stuff. A lot of little important stuff. We're cleaning all the floors, cleaning behind all the drawers because it's all dirty and gross. We're just giving it a good cleaning because with all the dust that came up from all these hole problems, and cleaning all the dog hair up, and essentially just doing a little bit of pre-maintenance before our summer trips start.
We need better light. Oop, that's not better.
Is that good?
I think I could do it by this feel.
Look at Tess is our sealer master today.
Can't be any worse than Airstream.
There's the hole filled up. Now for the
next holes, I guess.
Light test. So after sealing our 4 holes that we found, one huge one.
That was after they sealed all of theirs, so it's not like we just started with 4 holes. There was many holes.
There was a lot of holes. And then Tess is going to do a light test, so I'm going to shine the light up where the hole is or was, and we're going to see if we can see light through it. And if you can see light through it, probably means there's air coming through. So we fixed this hole here, redid this one. It doesn't look pretty, but it looks like the foam got where it needs to be. You see anything?
No.
So you can kind of see up, maybe you can see a little bit of foam there peeking out. So the hard part was that we couldn't get like the spray foam nozzle in the right around it, but it looks like it expanded enough that we were able to pass the light test. Now we just got to go find a gravel road and fly down it and see if any dust comes in.
You should show them our neat door thing, because see, we can keep our door half open. No, it doesn't just slide closed, and we're on a tilt on the jacks.
We haven't showed you guys this yet, but see, I literally have the back of the van lifted, and this door moves on the slightest of inclines. So we installed this little open glass mod. It's kind of rough when it's going through. Close it or open it.
That's if you go through it.
But then it just holds the door nicely right there. And it's like weird. We want the door open, but we don't want it fully open, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you'd be amazed how much wind this stops. Like, especially if you have stuff on the counter. If you open it all the way, it just blows off. But this, it's a little wall, essentially.
Yeah, so that's one positive thing about our totally negative video.
But it's not even from Airstream. It's just something we added on. Here's wild.
So now we're going to let that stuff seal and dry and do one more light test before we fully call it good. And then we're going to repack everything into the van and we're
going to deep clean and then repack.
Oh, we're going to deep clean and then we're going to repack. Tess is going to deep clean.
Yeah, Darcy's not help cleaning.
I suck at cleaning stuff.
One week later.
So we have recently had this little discovery with our Rangeline air conditioning system. It's kind of a big deal if you have air conditioning, you expect to use it. It's kind of a crap design via Airstream and or the air conditioning unit, but our problem was it sounds like the air conditioner's running and everything's on fine, but it's not blowing any air out. So we took the panel off. And the reason we're checking into this is because on the forum that we are on, there's a lot of people having problems with their air conditioning and it's not keeping up to the heat or barely blowing cold air. And it's probably due to this rubber gasket thing. When we pulled it out, it was all shoved in like so. And that's where the cold air comes out of and goes into this chamber and spreads out either vent here. And obviously it wasn't working. Great design, Airstream. This is your air fan and the air comes this way through this plastic goober. It actually has a huge gap. You can see the huge gap in there, which means a lot of your air is being lost out back into the hot air section of the air conditioning unit due to this strut here and how they installed this very poorly.
And there's actually screw holes here to mount this that they didn't utilize because they didn't touch the top.
So it looks like you literally have to cut this, eh? Or yeah. Because of the placement of the air conditioning unit, you can't actually get this in here. You'd probably have to cut and grind some stuff away to kind of fiddle this in here and get it properly sealed, and then you'd have a little bit better air conditioning, and then you'd have to kind of retrofit this guy.
And this is also slid open there.
So yeah, whoever's working at Airstream, you should just quit.
I hope they're not there anymore. They had to have got fired by now.
We will fix it and update you. On the forum that we are on, there's a lot of people having problems with their air conditioning.